Lamos, and in today's video I'll be talking about how to code in Vim, and it's the second part of the tutorial series. So in this part we'll be talking about the basic Vim commands. So yeah, in the previous video, if you haven't watched it, I talked about why you should code in Vim, why you should learn Vim, why it is worth the effort, and in today's video you should really watch it only after you are fully persuaded that you want to learn Vim, because it's quite hard to learn and it takes a lot of time. For me it took like 2 or 3 weeks to be fluent in Vim, to remember all the shortcuts or all the commands by hand. So okay, let's start. So I have prepared some file with the basic commands. So let's open it. How to code in Vim commands. So these are the basic Vim commands. Oh, a lot of them here, but not so much, only 42 lines with some headings. All right, so let's start. So now when you open a Vim editor, you are by default you are in a normal or command mode. So you can see down here that it's called normal, but I also call it command mode. So Vim is divided into modes, and the command mode is a mode where you can apply some commands and, for example, navigate in the file, save file, close file, undo, redo, and so. Then you can switch into insert mode where you write something, and then there is also a visual mode. Oh, this is blocking my view. I don't know how to hide this, but I will research it next time. So and there is the visual mode. So there are basically three main modes. So command mode, insert mode, and visual mode. In most editors, other editors than Vim, you are in insert mode by default. So there are no other modes, only insert mode. But in Vim, there are these three modes. So let's start with the command mode. So if you open up Vim, and it doesn't matter if you have customized Vim like I have or standard Vim, these commands should apply to all Vim editions. So the basic commands are to save a file, just write colon and W like this. Well, you can see here down here that the file was saved. To close the file, press type colon. It's with shift and colon key, and Q. It will close the file. Nice. Let's open it again. But if you made some changes to the file, for example, I write something and I want to quit the file, Vim will complain that no write since last change, and I can't simply close the file without saving it. Either I save it and then close it, or if I don't want to save the changes, I can just write a colon, Q, and exclamation mark. So it's this. Close without saving. Cool. Let's see. Oh, it was not saved. Very nice. And there is also this fourth command, and not many people know about it, at least from my circles. But it saves and closes the file in one command. So it's colon and X. Wow, cool. All right, so that's working with the file. That are the basic commands. So when a novice open up a Vim editor, he doesn't even know how to close the file. So he just closes the terminal window because he doesn't know what to do. What should I do? Hey, I cannot navigate in this. I cannot close it. What should I do? But these are the basic commands you need to remember. Okay, now the second important thing to know about Vim is navigation. So the reason why Vim is so powerful is that it has a special navigation of the file. So you can also use arrow keys, but it's not very good. Arrow keys are for novices only. But if you want to be pro in Vim, you should really learn these commands. So in the command mode, you can use these commands to navigate. So H, it's not uppercase H, sorry, I have forgot. It's lowercase h, lowercase g, lowercase k, and lowercase l. So uppercase H is to move left. So if I press it like this, I'm moving left. My caret is moving left. J is down, key is up, and L is right. So this is the basic moving in Vim, and it's very convenient because all these keys H, J, K, L are on the home row. So if you use QWERTY, you already know where these keys are, and it is very easy to write them. So after I learned these commands, I know what to press. I don't have to look at my keyboard. These commands are in my brain, in subconscious part of the brain, so to say. So it's really easy to navigate between the characters. Alright, now to go to the beginning of file, when you have a long file, and to go to the beginning, you need to write double G, so GG. Wow, and now I am at the beginning of the file. And now if I want to go to the end of the file, I press uppercase GG, and I'm at the end. Nice. Okay, so let's get to the beginning of the file, GG, lowercase. Okay, so let's get to our lines. These are very handy commands because when you have a long file and you need to jump between the beginning and end of the file, you really need to use these commands. So now this, I don't know how this is called, maybe caret or yes. So you can use this character to switch to jump to the beginning of the line like this. So I just jumped to the beginning of the line. Wow. And $ to jump to the end of the line. Cool. So beginning of the line, end of the line, beginning of the line, end of the line. Nice. They are really handy commands. You need to learn them. Now to move, if I don't want to move it like you don't want to move to the end of the file, but you want to move maybe a page down. So one way to do it is to press J and wait till it gets down. But that's slow, and we are professional coders, so we cannot afford to waste our time. So we can use Ctrl plus lowercase d, and it will jump page down, and Ctrl plus lowercase u is page up. Nice. So I use this to navigate in my file. And also, if you have some code, for example PHP or JavaScript, and you have some parentheses or brackets, you can jump to or HTML tags, you can jump to the matching HTML tag or bracket by using this %sign, but I can show you. Oh, you see? So I'm jumping between my brackets, parentheses. This one and now this one. Cool. So this is the navigation in file. And maybe I forgot to write how to search in file. So yes, I will do this at the end of the video. Or I can do it now. So maybe searching. So to search in a file, you have to press, what is this? What's this? What it's called? A slash. So you have to press slash, and then you can just type some characters, for example matching, and yes. So it also highlights my findings because I have configured my Vim to do so, but normally it's not. It doesn't behave as this. So yes, I will leave this to later. Searching. You need to have you need to have a custom Vim for this. You can search in a standard Vim too, but it won't highlight, and it's so not so nice as in my Vim. Alright, so now let's move to undo redo. So yeah, undo is to revert back to the changes you made. So for example, if I write some stupid things and I want to delete it, I just press lowercase u, so I undo what I have done. And if I later decide that I want to get it back, so it was very good, so what I have written, so I need to get it back, you can just press Ctrl plus lowercase r, so it will redo. Cool, but undo it and save the file. Oh no, save it. Cool. Now let's work with text. So yeah, we are using Vim to work with text, not to just navigate in it, but so let's see how we can work with text. But don't get me wrong, navigation is very important, but we also need to learn how to work with the text. All right. So now, how to switch into the insert mode. So the most basic way, and most people know about this, most Vim novices, is to just press lowercase e, and you can see I'm in the insert mode. It's also written down here. If you have a standard Vim, it's not so nice as in my Vim, but it's but it also says insert mode in your Vim. So I can just write, cool. And how to get back to the command or normal mode? Just press escape. Nice, I'm in normal mode. And I want to undo this. So what does this E do? So normally you are used to writing after the caret. In any editor, you are used to write after the caret. But in Vim, when you press E, lowercase e, or I'm sorry, E is in Slovak pronunciation, it jumps into insert mode, but before the caret, like this. So as you can see, my caret is on the S character, and when I press I will write after N. So what about if I want to write after the character, after the caret? I can also navigate to it, obviously, but yes, I'm a Vim professional, so I know how to do this. So you just press lowercase a. Yes, and now I can write after the caret. So as you can see, the caret jumps after the character on which is it, like this, and I can write. Alright, so E and A, they are the most basic commands to work with text. So learn these two. Now, it would be nice if we could create a new line and jump to this new line with insert mode, with switching to insert mode. So yes, there is a command for this. Vim developers, Vim programmers told about this. So to jump on a new line while switching into insert mode, you can press lowercase o. Wow. Yes, so this is a very handy feature, and I use it a lot because in programming it's a good practice to create to organize the code so that the code that is relevant to each other is separated from the other code by lines, by a new line, for example. So yes, this is how you can create a new line. Let's undo this. And if you want to create a new line above the current line, you can just press uppercase O. Nice. So I'm in the insert mode and above the line, above the current line. Very, very handy. All right. Now, how to delete a character? So how to delete lines or how to delete some text? Well, you can jump into insert mode and just press delete, right? That's how we do it in other editors. Well, yes, but also no, because maybe sometimes we want to delete just a single character. For example, I want to delete this dash. So you can just press X, lowercase x, and it will delete the character. You can also press and hold it, and it will delete all the characters under caret, one by one. But let's undo this. And as you can see, every deletion counts as one undo step. So there is also the number of change, and I'm on the change 115. So let's undo all of this. As you can see, it's not good for undoing stuff and deleting stuff. If you want to delete a lot of things, then you have to undo it character by character. Not very handy sometimes, but sometimes yes. How to replace a character? Oh no, wait. Let's move with the deletion. I should put this below the delete because it is related to delete, and then replace. So to delete selected characters or lines in Vim, I will show you how to select in Vim a little bit later, but how to delete selection when you have selection, you just press lowercase d. Wow, so I have deleted my selection. Let's select something, some lines, D. Cool, I'm deleting it. But how to delete the current line? If I want to delete current line without selecting the line, so I can save my typing and be faster, I can just press D double times. I can just press D 2 times after each other. So I'm deleting lines like hell. Right, so let's undo this. It's also counted as one change. That's very nice. And if you delete line like this with selection, it is also counted as one change, the whole. So be wary of this. But I'm usually using this D and DD commands to delete lines. That's very nice. And now, what if I want to replace a character without having to delete it and write it again? So maybe there is a command. Yes, there is, obviously. So it's lowercase a. So if I navigate over some character with the caret, and I press lowercase a, then I can press something else and it is replaced. So now, nice. I can replace character by character with this. You can also see the commands that are not immediately applied on the right bottom side of the Vim editor. So for example, let's see, I press A and it is written here. So it is waiting for commands. And now if I press, for example, 4, it disappears. It means that the command, the modifier has already been used, and so it disappears. That's very nice. And it also maybe stays for a while and then disappears by its own. I don't know. Oh, I'm just writing for some numbers, and it is waiting for some commands. But if you accidentally write something which is not recognizable by Vim, for example 4R, and you want to cancel this, you can just press escape and it will cancel the modifying commands. Yeah, as you can see. Right, so this is working with text. So we have discussed how to save file, or how to work with file, how to navigate in file, how to undo, redo, and how to insert new text. But now let's look how to, again, I do this all the time. I press command in, I'm not using my Mac a lot. I have Ubuntu as my developing machine, and I'm used to having control where I am having command on Mac. So when I press command plus D, it opens a new tab, new profile in my items. So I have to close this window. Let's back to my Vim. Sorry guys. So now let's switch to visual mode. I'm missing, I'm writing this file in Markdown. I will put it on GitHub Gist. Hopefully it will display in Markdown. Markdown is a syntax for writing HTML without really writing HTML. So this one hash means that it will be H1, the largest heading, but that doesn't matter. So now the last mode I use in Vim is visual mode. Visual mode is for selecting text, selecting characters, and copying the characters. You can also copy things without selecting it, but yeah, obviously when you want to copy something exact, you need to select it first. So let's see how. So to select a single character and switch into visual mode, you just press lowercase v like this. Cool. So now I'm in visual mode, as you can see. And if I move on in the file like this, I'm selecting things. For example, I can select lines, I can select single characters. How to close this selection? You just press escape and you get back to normal mode. So what we can do with the selection? We can copy the selection and then paste it. But first let's look at the multiple ways of selecting things. So lowercase v selects single characters. It's a single character selection. Sometimes very handy. For example, you can combine the commands. For example, I press V and then I can jump to the end of the line with $, or to the beginning of the line, or maybe to the beginning of the file, or to the end of the file. Wow, so yes, you can see that we can combine the navigation commands with the selection commands. Very nice. Maybe I have told you something which is not correct. This end of the line is not double uppercase GG, it's just 1. So I've deleted it. It's just Shift plus G, so it's just 1. Now, if you want to switch to visual mode and do a line selection, just press, just type in or press uppercase V. So it's Shift plus V. And now I'm in the line selection mode. This is very good when you want to select lines instead of characters. So it doesn't matter where you are with your caret on the line, it selects the whole line all the time. Nice. I'm using this a lot, all the time. And if I want to switch to visual mode and have a block selection, it's a special kind of selection. You usually don't come around on this type of selection, but sometimes it is handy. For example, in Vim, if you want to do a multi-line commenting of line, like you want to uncomment this line, you can use block selection, but I don't know how to do this at the moment. never use it in a long time. I'm using just Shift plus slash in other editors, but never mind. So if you press Ctrl plus lowercase v, you have a block selection like this. Ooh, nice. So I can select things in a block. It's not a character selection, it selects every line in the block. Nice. And now let's switch into visual mode. Let's select a line. So press uppercase V, and now that I have line selected, I can copy the line with the yank command or Y. So just press lowercase y, and Vim wrote us that 3 lines yanked. I don't know why it's called yank. I'm not from English speaking country, but it probably means something that you yank it, you copy it. Now it's in a, maybe it's in a clipboard, system clipboard, but usually Vim has a special kind of clipboard inside it, which is not the system clipboard. So you can't really yank the lines and copy it somewhere else. For example, in your browser, you can't really open the browser and command V. Oh, I can, but that's only because I have configured my Vim to always yank into the clipboard, into the system clipboard. But more on that later. You can configure it that way too, but it's not part of this video. So let's go back in my Vim, in my terminal. So now that I have the lines yanked, I can just paste them. But how to paste them? Well, if you press lowercase p, you paste the lines below the current line, like this. So let's create a new line and press P. Nice. So the 3 lines are pasted below my current line. But what about if I want to paste them above the current line? For example, I will copy this line, dd, and I want to paste it above the current line. So I press uppercase P, tada, and it's above the current line. Very nice. And also pay attention, if you select lines and press D to delete the lines, like this, D, as I have written before, it deletes the line, deletes the selected character lines. The lines are actually copied into the clipboard. Vim is configured in default mode that it will copy the deleted lines into the clipboard, Vim clipboard. So if I press P, lowercase p, it will yank the lines back. So be careful of that. For example, you copy something and then you also delete something. So for example, I delete a blank line. And now if I press lowercase p, it will paste a blank line. So no, I've just lost my clipboard. I've just lost the content of my Vim clipboard. So be aware of it. Maybe this can be configured in Vim RC to not behave like this. But usually it's quite good behavior, because sometimes I want to delete something and then maybe if I want to copy something or cut something, I don't have to copy it and then delete it and then paste it. I just select the lines, copy the delete the lines, and then press P, and they are copied. Okay, so but let's delete this because I want to use this file. I want to I want to upload it on GitHub, so you can look on this after the video. So that's it, probably. That's all of it. As you can see, in this video we have learned how to work with file, save it, close without saving, and save and close, how to navigate in the file, so left, down, up, right, beginning of the file, end of the file, beginning of the line, end of the line, page up, page down, doesn't matter, undo, redo, and how to work with text, and also how to work with visual mode. I know that there are plenty of other commands in Vim. Vim is really endless commands. You can study the commands all the time. When I was learning Vim a few years back, I think it was 2 years back, I really studied some 100 commands, because there is a guy who has a website with plenty of commands, and there are plenty of these sites. But when I switched to other editors, for example PHP Storm, and I installed a Vim simulation, it's called Idea Vim, you really don't need all these commands in the other editors. They are maybe nice, maybe I could gain additional 10% of productivity, I don't know, maybe more, maybe I don't know what I'm missing. But when I learned these commands, and I learned them by heart, so when when you wake me up in the middle of the night, I can tell you these commands without a problem. I didn't need to look these commands in internet before doing this video. When you have this kind of proficiency with these commands, you are really like 100% better programmer than you were before. Like you can be faster, more fluent, and yeah. So it's probably just 40 lines of commands. It's nothing more. So don't be scared of Vim. It's not that hard. Just learn these commands and you'll be better already. You will be able to edit files on server, remote server. You will be able to use Vim simulation and especially one nice thing about this is when you go to a local hackathon or startup weekend or something, and you know how to do this in Vim, you are regarded as a better programmer because you know this esoteric thing Vim. You know how to navigate it, how to work with it, and not many programmers can do it. Which is of course I'm just joking. It's not a real thing. Like it doesn't matter if you know Vim or not. It matters your programming skill are more important. But it's very nice to have this kind of touch to your work. So you are fluent in Vim, and then people think that you are really good. Like you know what I try to say. It's not that without knowing programming you will be good just with knowing Vim. But yeah, that was not the point. But you got the point. Alright, so let's finish this video because I like to talk, but let's not waste our time. So I hope you enjoyed the video, and in the following tutorial, in the following video, it will be the last one in this series. I will show you my plugins, Vim plugins. I will show you how to get the Vim into such a state that it will look like this. It will be very nice. And for example, how to have a sidebar, like I have the sidebar, how to open files in tabs in the Vim. For example, I can switch between tabs, and yeah, so how to have the sidebar, how to, for example, maybe how to have a code completion, how to have syntax highlighting, how to have a lot of things like I take for granted, but you have to install plugins in Vim for them to work. Alright, so see you next time guys, and have a nice weekend. Goodbye.